but it has a piano sort instrument, and he plays that, and that's what plays the bells rather than, I don't know what I was expecting. The Hunchback of Notre Dame was sitting there. I don't know what I'm thinking sort of thing, but you learn something new everywhere. Hey, I'm Erin and welcome to Live in Richmond, Virginia. Today's video will be about what $600,000 will get you in the city of Richmond in several different neighborhoods. If this is your first time to our channel and you want to learn about all there is to know about living in the city of Richmond, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and make sure to hit that little bell so you'll be notified every time a new video is released. Neighborhood that we're definitely going to be checking out if you're looking in this price range would be the Carillon, which kind of really morphs into kind of Randolph, Maymont, Byrd Park area. You're gonna get a middle-sized house. For this, if you need to go larger, expect that you're gonna be at least in the 900 to $1 million price range for sure. 3 bedrooms, definitely not unusual for you to find homes that are going to be, you're lucky if it's 1.5 bathrooms. I'd say 1.5 bathrooms more often than not over there for sure. Most are gonna be 3 or 4 bedrooms and all built kind of in the 30s. Difference definitely from ones that you would see more in the museum district and also in Carillon. This is going to be more of the Federalist, very colonial brick feeling to things. The cool thing about this particular area, definitely, this is a location area for sure, and we'll talk more about that. But if you're looking for a little bit more yard, you definitely are going to have a nice deep front yard, lots of picket fences. This also, with your deep front yard, comes the wonderful thing of living in the city, and that is a nice deep driveway. Everyone has a driveway, and most of those go further back, and you may even have a detached garage in the back, and then nice deep backyard. So this is going to feel definitely more suburban residential for sure if you're talking about city living. Still, the homes are going to be very close together, and when I'm saying big lots, you're not talking about all of a sudden you've gone to like a half-acre lot, not at all. You'll be lucky if it's, you know, 1/4 of an acre. So they're still small, but definitely a lot more space for sure. It's not unusual for you to see some renovations inside, but I would say a lot less than what you would expect to see even in homes over in Carillon and definitely in the museum district. And that's because this particular area, it is all about the location. You are very privileged to be here and living in this historic, you know, actually it's a historic district for sure. Inside, if there are renovations, yes, the kitchen may be renovated, even if they have one that's been renovated to the nines. Very often they're going to be still that kind of closed off feeling, not opened up to the rest. And I do find a lot of the homes over there in this price point, they're very well maintained. They've been beautifully and immaculately maintained, and they have some really nice colonial, very traditional features. So lots of hardwood floors, nice banisters, not as beautiful obviously as the ones that were built, you know, in the museum district or even in Carillon. Definitely not as cool there, but still very beautiful. Lots of built-ins. Definitely going to be the radiator heat for sure. But again, a lot less of it. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Things are going to be well maintained, but don't expect things to be renovated to the nines for sure. For housewarming, your housewarming party and you have people come over, well, you have a nice deep driveway, so it's going to be like living in the burbs. Yay! I would say for the most part, you're going to be pretty safe though about finding some street parking. It's going to be more difficult though if it's a beautiful weekend because everyone comes to this area, and even if they're residential streets, believe me, you're going to have cars all parked out in front of you. So that is kind of a disadvantage. I would be very careful though if anyone decided to kind of park in the actual park area. If it's after hours, I do hear that there might be some towing. So just if you have guests over, try to keep them in your driveway and right immediately out in front of your house. That's going to be the best thing to do. Definitely my favorite spots, favorite bits of living in these particular neighborhoods, it definitely is a location thing. I mean, you have everything right there, an absolutely beautiful, quintessential landmark. If you've lived in Richmond or if you've visited Richmond at any time, these are spots you're going to go no matter what. I mean, you're right there. the Carillon, for one, the Carillon Tower, which is really cool. That's the namesake of this particular thing. It was actually when the neighborhood was developed in the historic district in the 30s, that is actually when the Carillon Tower was added. And it was a memorial to the soldiers that had died in the Richmond area in World War I. So the very cool thing is, I have heard it, they tend to play it at 4th of July. I think we took our kids there once. They weren't impressed. They were more interested in going over to Byrd Park, to the lake with the fountain, all the ducks, and feeding them. They were crazy about that. And also, of course, as long as we went over to Maymont to the petting zoo area, they were happy. That's all they wanted. They didn't want to listen to the bell tower. I thought it was beautiful. And the coolest thing about a Carillon is the oh my gosh, how do you say it? The Carillioner, his name is Larry Robinson, and he has played the Carillon for years and years. And what it is it has a piano, it's like a bell tower, but it has a piano sort instrument, and he plays that, and that's what plays the bells rather than, I don't know what I was expecting. The Hunchback of Notre Dame was sitting there. I don't know what I'm thinking, sort of thing, but you learn something new everywhere. And apparently Virginia has a lot of these Carillon towers, but of course we have this beautiful one right there at Byrd Park. Go-to place at all times. You'll see people walking, running, riding their bikes, doing all the things. Big thing to keep in mind though is there's only a designated spot. It's called Barker Field. Isn't that cute? That's where you can take your dogs, but in regular Byrd Park you cannot walk them around. The cool thing is though, you can go to Maymont, and literally everything is just right outside your door, literally right outside your door, and it's just beautiful at any time of year. Maymont, a must-have. Beautiful, beautiful historic home with these beautiful gardens all over. Then they have the petting zoo area again. If you've lived in Richmond, if you've visited Richmond for any amount of time, you're going to be there. I have fond memories of my kids. I think my parents and Brian's parents have fond memories of us all being at Maymont as well. Feeding the goats, that's fun until one gets up in your face, your little kid's screaming or gets knocked over, you know, then the fun is over sort of thing. And all the bunny rabbits and chickens and horses. I know that the only wild fox I had seen forever in my entire life was always the ones at Maymont. I'm so glad with where I live in Richmond now that I get to see the fox all the time, even follow us during walks in the morning, which is really cool. All sorts of memories there, walking through with the kids at several different ages, them running down the hills, wearing their little Oshkosh Bagosh overalls. It's so cute. I miss them so much. So I just need some grandbabies, right? Then I can get those Oshkosh again, if that's still in style. I think about Bryant and I taking our oldest to Maymont one time, and she had her baby sunscreen on, and we must have put it on the back of her hands or something like that, and she rubbed her eyes, and then she was like blowing all up around her eyes, and we're just like, oh my God, what do we do? That was, so don't put sunscreen on your baby's hands. That's what happens. It's not good sort of thing. Just lots of good memories all the way around. And Maymont, they've started doing this in recent years that actually they light up all the beautiful gardens. So Maymont, this is a historic home, very wealthy family, that had these beautiful gardens, all sorts of different gardens that you can go down. It runs along the train tracks and the river, just absolutely beautiful. And then they had the petting zoo. It's massive. And then at the once they passed away, they actually donated it to Richmond and for all the tours and very philanthropic sort of thing. And they opened up the gardens for everyone to enjoy. Well, in the holidays, they light up all the gardens, and that's just a fun thing. And they have like little beer tents and hot chocolate tents, and like you get your little light up things. Just a fun time, a great date. I've enjoyed it many times with my husband, going in and doing that on a cold night, enjoying that at the holidays. So wonderful, wonderful area. Definitely all about location. The vibe, very quiet unless the Carillon is playing. Oh, just joking. But no, very buttoned up, very quiet. Definitely would be able to see the stars at night for sure. A lot less bustly for sure than a lot of these other areas. Now, if you're looking for a lively city neighborhood, I wouldn't recommend this one for you, but if you're looking for a quieter, more residential, not a lot of turnover sort neighborhood, this is a good one for you for sure. Hey, we have people contacting us all the time about looking for a realtor and looking to move to Richmond, Virginia. If that sounds like you, we would love to be the real estate team that helps you. All of our contact information is below the description, and we can't wait to hear from you.